We continue today with our beautiful book, Al-Khushu' fi Salah, Humility in the Prayer by the Imam Ibn Rajab, may Allah have mercy on him. And we are still on the third chapter, and the last chapter of the book. In the section we're going to start with today, Ibn Rajab talks in it and mentions in it a hadith where the Prophet ﷺ asks Allah to be among, praises those who are masakin, those who are humble and pure and poor. And after we read a couple of ahadith where the Prophet mentions this, we want to understand what does the Prophet ﷺ mean by the masakin when he asks Allah to be a miskin or so forth. So Ibn Rajab says, Ibn Majah records the hadith of Abu Sa'id al-Khudri radiyallahu anhu, that the Prophet ﷺ said, Allahumma ahyini miskina wa amitni miskina wa hshurni fi zumratil masakin. Oh Allah, make me live as one lowly and humble, miskin. Make me die as one lowly and humble, miskin. And resurrect me among those who are lowly and humble. And Tirmidhi also records a similar hadith on the authority of Anas radiallahu anhu, and adds that Aisha radiallahu anha asked the Messenger of Allah, why do you say this? He replied, because they will enter paradise 40 years before the rich. Aisha, never turn away one who is poor, even if you only find half a date to give him. Aisha, love the poor and keep them close, for Allah will bring you close on the day of rising. And every time he mentions poor here, the masakin are the ones that are referenced in Arabic. And parts of this hadith, they are in the Sahih as well. For example, in Sahih Bukhari, the Prophet said that the poor people will enter Jannah before the rich people, exactly at the beginning of the book of Heart Star. So this meaning is not straight. Abu Dhar, the companion, said, the Messenger of Allah ﷺ advised me to love the poor and keep close to them. This was recorded by Imam Ahmad and others. And Shaykh al-Naut said it was authentic. In the story about the dream, which Ibn Rajab has a complete book about, narrated by Mu'adh radiallahu anhu, the Prophet ﷺ said, Allahumma inni as'aluka fi'la khairat. Oh Allah, I ask you the performance of good, wa tarka al-munkarat, and the abandonment of evil, wa hubba al-masakin, and the love of the poor. Now in all these ahadith, the Prophet ﷺ is either encouraging the person to be good to those who are miskin, to those who are poor, are humble, or he's telling this person, or he himself is asking Allah to be among them, or teaching us dua to be among them. So who are these masakin that are referenced in these ahadith? Ibn Rajab says, the word miskin in these hadiths, and those like them, refers to one whose heart is needy of Allah, submissive and humble to Him, and his outside shows this. So the miskin, the Prophet is not asking Allah to be poor, meaning monetarily poor. He had money, he abandoned it, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So that we know that this world which Allah Azza wa Jalla wanted to put down, the Prophet didn't want to put it high in his life. So he left the dunya even if it came to him. So he's not asking Allah not to have money in these ahadith, but he is asking Allah to be among those whose hearts are needy of Allah, submissive to Allah, broken in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ibn Rajab continues, this state is frequently found amongst those who are poor in terms of monetary wealth, for wealth often causes a person to transgress. So the fact of the matter is, most of the people that are masakin, they don't have money. The people that are needy to Allah in their hearts, they don't have money in reality. Why? Because when you have money, you exceed the limit in disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I don't need anything. When you have difficulty, that's sometimes a blessing because it takes you back to Allah. The enemies of the prophets in the Quran, in many cases, Allah calls them what? Mutrafin, which means those of high status, those that have a lot of money. So in many cases, that is what money causes a person to do. So most of the time, the reality of the matter is there are rich people that are masakin in reality. Their hearts are needy of Allah and poor to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But most of the situations are that the ones poor in money are also poor to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in their hearts. The hadith of Anas radiallahu anhu supports this explanation, except that its isnad is da'if. But this meaning is present in the Quran, but it's also present in other hadith. We'll continue next time, inshallah. So the Prophet asked to be miskin, and that's the meaning of miskin. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Jazakumullah khair.
Brother Bilal. Brother Bilal.